spiritual wisdom we'll try to understand today. The spiritual wisdom, part of spiritual wisdom, every day we have been learning for last 19 days. We have covered now the 20th day, my dear friends. So last one more day for completing this session, this 21 day session, my dear friends. So 20th day also we'll be learning spiritual wisdom. And last 19 days, different topics and various topics and a lot of wisdom, lot of spiritual wisdom we have gone through. Definitely, it is not, it's not easy to digest so much wisdom. We need to go through again and again. So it's like what we say, always we need to follow 3 steps in order to become, in order to enlighten our, enlighten ourselves, or we can need to get self-realization or Atma Sakshatkara. So 3 steps are, the first step is always Shravana. You need to listen. You need to listen properly. You need to understand and listen properly. That's called Shravana. And next step is Manana. What is Manana? That means repeating. Repeating whatever we learned, whatever we know. You have to repeat yourself again and again, again and again. How many times? N number of times. Until what time? Up to how many times? Until it goes into deeper into your cell level, into your cell. Every cell must be able to have that kind of consciousness. It should get into that kind of the deeper conscious level. Till that time, you have to repeat everything. You have to repeat all the wisdom, whatever you learned last 19 days. So then only you will be able to understand yourself. You will be able to implement in your life. It becomes part of you. You become that. That becomes you. So that's the whole requirement of this, the 19 days, whatever we have gone through. And friends, the same way, after the repetition of what we learned, and then goes to the Nididhyasana. After Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. It means, what is the Nididhyasana? It means we need whatever we learned, whatever we repeated ourselves many times, we need to implement it, put into the practice. It's called Nididhyasana. Right? So the Nididhyasana, if you don't do that, what happens? It becomes a theory, it never becomes a wisdom for you. So it means the information is available everywhere. Information is available on the internet, in the books and everywhere, my dear friends. But once you understand deeply what you need to do, you are supposed to put into the practice, put into the implementation, that becomes a part of you. You become that, obviously become that, then it becomes a wisdom for you. What is the wisdom? Wisdom is the practical knowledge, my dear friends. So theory or knowledge is almost like it's just a subject. It's a theory, obviously. When it has to become a wisdom, what you need to do, you have to put that into practice. Even you learned A or B or C, A to Z, for example. If you learn only ABCD, just put that into practice. So with that ABCD, you get some results. Again, EFGH, right? Put that into practice. Learn EFGH and put it into practice. Then IJKLMN. If you learn it, then put it into practice. Then PQMNO, PQRST, whatever. So likewise, whatever you learned, right? Put into practice, then it becomes a wisdom for you. Once it becomes a wisdom for you, it will never leave you. It will be there with you all the time throughout your life. Throughout your life, not only this life. This is going to be with you for the so many lives, next upcoming lives, friends. So that is why the wisdom is not, in a simple one. Wisdom is the one which persists, which continuously comes along with you this life, life after life, life after life. It keeps coming with you. Then you will become enlightened, or you get into self-realization in one life or other life, my dear friends. Here, what happens is, in everybody's life, you observe, right? So when we born somehow on this earth planet because of our past karmas, and we want to learn something, we want to grow our soul, whatever the existing state of our soul, we want to evolve it, isn't it? All this we would like to do. So we all came here, with a one particular purpose or a particular concern. We all come here. Okay, we never come just for the sake of without any particular purpose or without any particular thing. Nobody will come. Every soul will come with a particular design and a purpose. So in fact, what happens is the God, the Almighty wants everyone to be healthy and happy all the time. That means we all need to be blissful on this earth planet, my dear friends. Whatever the matter it may be, whatever it may be, whatever the cost it may be, we have to be blissful, healthy, and happy on this earth planet. But along with us, as we want to be healthy and happy, blissful, but we also do some karmas, we also do some activities. What will happen? Because of the karmas, because of the various functions we do on this earth planet, we also try to capture some of the negative karmas, positive karmas, their results, right? So that's where the law of karma comes to be applicable. The law of karma, the law of reincarnation, both will be side by side. So law of karma causes the reincarnation. The reincarnation again causes the karma theory. So it will be I mean they will be working in a collaborative way, my dear friends. So that's why. So whatever it may be, so on this planet, we all need to be happy and healthy always. Okay. So the purpose is there. Of course, the purpose is that life to life it will change. The purpose is never same. Try to understand your purpose will not be same from this life to next life, next life to the other life. It will be keep changing, friends. That we have to remember always. Okay. So it will not be same. So and also the purpose can be anything. It can be changed also. It can be anything. It doesn't matter much. For a soul, in order to nourish itself, for the soul, in order to evolve, what happens? The purpose of life, whatever the physical purpose of life, it doesn't matter much. Either you can be a shoemaker, you can be a intelligent person, and you can be a housewife. She can be a self-realized soul. So, maybe you are an engineer, but you are a already enlightened person, right? You are just a small kid. Even then, you have got a enlightenment with you. That means you already had in a previous life. Likewise, the kind of role what we play on this earth planet, it is not at all a matter. Okay, it is a very trivial thing, very smallest thing you need to consider. Okay, so but do it with the proper values. Do it with the karmas. What you do with do it with the great Trikarana Suddhi. That means Manasa, Vacha, Karmana. You have to do with the greatest purity. Then only what happen? You will come out of the karmas. Otherwise, most of the karmas will accumulate again. And it will ensure that you go through many lives. Okay. Instead of reducing the lives, you will be increasing the lives. It all is in your hand. That's why we say we create our own reality. Why do we say that? Because everything is in our own, in our own hands. You want to extend the number of lives? Yes, you can extend. How? Take a small thing and then so small, whatever the small karma, and make it more and more ugly, more and more worst. What happened? That attracts some negative karma to you. This life itself. So that has to be carried. Until that is purified, until that is resolved, dissolve that karma, then you have to keep taking number of births. The number of births will be basing on the way you act upon those karmas. The whatever the thinking pattern, your doing pattern, your speaking, with all this, these three will attract different karmas, my dear friends. Don't think that just by talking nothing. No, you by talking, you are going to damage many things, or you are going to correct many things, or you are going to correct one life. And otherwise, you may be motivating many people by with your own talk. Okay, with your own talk, you can also damage much more. So both are possible, isn't it? Both are possible. That is why be aware. Be aware. That's why we say act with awareness, act consciously. These two words are very important. In every attempt, whatever we do on this earth planet, just before attempting, before doing it, have some awareness what exactly you are doing. Also conscious, be highly conscious on the particular moment, whatever you are doing at that particular moment, be so conscious. Then what will happen? That errors will be zero. Once you are conscious, once you are aware of what you are doing, errors will be zero. If the errors are zero, what happens? Karmas are zero, right? When the errors are zero, karmas are zero, then what happens? Number of lives, it will be declined. Number of births which we need to take. Right? So from after this life, next lives and all, the number of births will be keep decreasing. So as it is keep decreasing, what happens? We reach to the pinnacle state. That is, so especially we want to become a infinite soul. We want to come to the samadhi sthiti, right? So this is the infinite soul. Becoming infinite soul is the ultimate goal of a human being, my dear friends. So we born as a so-called infinite soul. Then we want to become a infinite soul. Between these two, the infant soul and infinite soul, between these particular two soul stages, there are several stages. There are many lives. There are many lives passed through. It is 300, 400 lives. we have to pass through, my dear friends. So it means we have to be, if anyone who is acting with the greatest amount of awareness and greatest amount of compassion, when somebody is aware, no, somebody is having highest amount of awareness, then what will happen? They also will possess highest amount of compassion within them, my dear friends. Without you being aware, you can never get the compassion. You will be not having any compassion until unless you get highest amount of awareness. The highest amount of awareness, how it is possible? So it is only possible through our self traveling. That means the inner journey. So the inner journey and the inner traveling. That's what. So how we will achieve that? Through meditation, the regular consistent practice of so-called anapanasati dhyana. So what will happen? It will ensure that so you being being in insight. That means being in awareness of our own inner self. What will happen? Is go on increase the presence of mind, the presence of at every single moment you will be present all the time. The entire consciousness itself is present at that moment. That will be achieved only through meditation by the consistent practice of observation of the breath. It is quite possible, my dear friends. It is not at all a difficulty, and it is called mindfulness meditation. It's also called mindfulness living. What is mindfulness living? Living at the present moment with the greatest amount of awareness, the highest amount of consciousness. That is called mindful living or mindfulness living, my dear friends. So they call it as different names: mindfulness meditation, mindfulness breathing, all that they do. So that's all about what you can also say is conscious living, conscious breathing. All these are all synonymous names. They're all one and the same. They're not different at all. That's what you need to understand, friends. So now, so when we understand that this consciousness, especially when we are so conscious about ourselves, what will happen? So obviously you will be able to receive the cosmic energy. Otherwise, you can't receive any cosmic energy. If you are not conscious, or if you are not having highest amount of consciousness, you are not one with the your own consciousness or the one with the existence. What will happen? You will not be able to receive the cosmic energy, or will not be able to receive the universal energy, my dear friends. So, in order to receive the universal energy or cosmic energy into your physical body, into your energy body, everyone has to go through this conscious living and the conscious practice or mindfulness living. So this is very, very essential, my dear friends. So you don't need to do anything. Even if you don't need to do meditation also, but if you are able to be in the conscious state, be in the always, within your own consciousness. You are a soul consciousness. You are the greatest amount of, the emptiness within you. So, right, all this, if you are always aware of it, then what will happen? That living itself is called conscious living or mindfulness living. That itself is more than sufficient in order to go towards the so-called self-realization or the enlightenment events. So it's possible, very much possible. Everybody can achieve that. Only thing, it is possible only by doing consistence of meditation in the beginning. Then obviously afterwards, what happen? You become that. You become that, and whatever you talk, whether you're talking or eating or walking and you're cooking, everything becomes a conscious effort, and it becomes a like at every moment you will be with you and you are living with at the present moment. So that becomes a part of your life. You will definitely become that. Okay, once you become that, my dear friends, you don't need any more meditation. You don't need any more meditation. Now, what happened? We are not in the conscious state. What will happen? We are not in the present moment. Our body is here. Our mind is somewhere, right? So that means our mind, or especially our thoughts are going across, across the globe. It is going on making thoughts on different things. But physical body is here, right? When the physical body and the thoughts, they are not synchronized, first of all. And also, in the mind, there are several thoughts. Thousands of thoughts are going on. Thousands of thoughts are running, right? So which are actually in a like a sequential state, in a continuously flowing state. Then what will happen? It will remove a lot of energy. It will take away a lot of your own energy, my dear friends. Thoughts are not going to be as simple as you think. The thoughts are going to be, as I mentioned in the previous classes, they are energetic waves. They are energy waves. When they are energy waves, what happen? They will be depleting. They will be continuously depleting your own the inner source, inner mind of source. whatever you have, the inner energy, right? The inner energy will be one depletion, one depleting. So that is why we have to have the, basically meditation gives you the strength. Meditation gives the way. Meditation gives the power in order to make mind empty. That means in order to come out of the continuous running of thoughts into the slow running of thoughts, then into the zero state of mind, or zero state of thoughts. So that is where you will be able to conserve highest amount of energy. Your own bodily energy will be conserving. Along with conservation of your own bodily energy, my dear friends, we are energy beings. As we keep telling us from the day one class, I keep telling you, you are the energy beings. Do not think that you are just flesh and bones and blood. So you are beyond that, my dear friends. So that means you are an energy being. You have the greatest amount of energy within you already. So that particular energy, bodily energy, mental energy, this has to be conserved all the time, every time, my dear friends. So how can you conserve? So you should not waste. What is the meaning of conservation? Not dissipating, not wasting. That's called conservation. That means preservation. When you conserve the energy, whatever you have, bodily, mental energy, along with that, when you go into the thoughtless state, when you enter into the deepest meditation state, you also need the external energy. That is from the universe also, you will receive the huge amount of universal energy, cosmic energy, clubbing this energy, and the summation of the bodily mental energy along with the universal energy, that is going to give you the power in order to what will happen. It is going to bring lot of changes within you. What it is going to bring the all the changes, mental changes, physical changes, that is physical health, mental health, everything will be achieved because of this highest amount of energy which is very much there present in your system, in your human body. So that's where, my dear friends, this particular energy, so-called universal energy, your own bodily and mental energy, the conserved energy, together, what is going to do is going to do wonders and miracles on your physical body. That's what we are trying to discuss today. Friends, part of our topic is the programming of genes and DNA. So especially the DNA is going to be reprogramming whatever the program you already written. So the program is written by you. So when did you return? You have written in the previous life and the current life and every life you are going on writing yourself, my dear friends. How do you write? So it's like this. You have a slate, okay? I will give you a pencil or a pen, whatever, right? You keep on writing whatever you wanted. You can write. So it's a right for you. It's your own right. Nobody can say no, don't write. You have a pen, you have a slate. You keep on writing whatever you wanted. You want to do mathematics, you want to draw a picture, you can do. It's your own free will. It's called free will. So your will, vision will, you can do whatever. Similarly, whatever you think here, that's also, there's no kind of a control or a conditioning. You can think badly, you can think a negative thinking, a positive and miraculous, whatever thinking you want, you can do it. So nobody is going to control you. In fact, all that will be controlled by your own intellect. How much intellect you have, so that is going to decide what kind of thinking you are going to get it. Okay. So all the thoughts, all whatever the thoughts what you get, it will be generated out of your consciousness. So that means we are the conscious beings, we are the energy beings. Out of the consciousness, the energy, the thoughts will be erupted. That means every thought is an energy wave. So why it is energy wave? Because it comes from our own energy, our internal energy. It will be generated. When it is generated, it's a particularly energetic wave. So what it happens is this energetic wave will be erupted out of your consciousness. And what type of thoughts will be erupted? Thoughts, the type of thoughts which are erupted from your own consciousness is all basing on your own samskara, your own gunas. Okay. What are your gunas in your previous life? You achieved all the gunas already. Your whatever kama, krodha, lobha, mada, matsarya, all arshad vargas. You have how much how much amount of fear you have got it, you have faced it. How much amount of fear you came out of it? How many type of fear you have come out of it, right? And what is the kind of patience you have got it in your previous life? How much you achieved in that? So all these are called the past life samskaras and past life gunas, whatever you built within you, right? Which are carried along with your so-called, so the what you can say, like from life to life, or life on life, when you're traveling, which will be part of your so-called subconscious mind, my dear friends. So it is part of your own subconscious mind, is very much there. So same qualities which will be start working in this life also, my dear friends, unless you reprogram, unless You reprogram it. So how do you reprogram it? You have to learn again. You have to learn on this earth planet. You have to learn again, relearn everything. Whatever the, suppose you have got a fear of, maybe let's say like fear of going near to the river, fear of water basically. So you want to de-learn, or you want to relearn about it, or you want to deprogram it, isn't it? So unless you reprogram it, that fear will be there in this life and next life also. It continues. Then what? Once you recognize this is my fear, this is my problem, what you want it to do? You have to reprogram it. How do you reprogram it? With the conscious mind. With the conscious mind. Be aware of it. Okay. What you have to do? You need to, so let's say you want to get rid of this fear. You have to go and touch the water, just get into the water and do some the kind of the practice with swimming. So we like try to do something, something with that particular water. Whatever the fear you have, you want to come out of it, you just need to practice. Okay. For example, I have a fear of accident, for example. So that means I know driving, but I'm not expert. So then what will happen? I will be having a fear of accident. Then what I need to do? I need to practice more and more on my driving skill. So then I become an expert. Then what will happen? I will come out of the fear of so-called accident. So likewise, friends, every fear you have to learn yourself. You have to practice and then come out of it. Okay. So that's how what will happen. All the gunas, whatever the gunas you have, right? So especially the life itself will given a great opportunity at every moment of life in your life, my dear friends. It gives an opportunity to correct yourself, to deprogram and reprogram, especially to reprogram yourself at every instant of life. It will be giving an opportunity. Only thing is we have to utilize it properly. We have to utilize it. We have to be aware of us. First of all, we have to be aware of it. What is the awareness? I have this so-and-so issue. If at all this has come from my previous life, okay, this has come from my previous life. I know that when I identify it, immediately what happened? I need to work on that. If I don't work on it, what happened? My life will be like that, like this only my life will be going on, my dear friends. So my life will be wasted, and because having that kind of a, the lackings and shortcomings and so-called the low qualities, low vibrations with me, if I continue the entire life, what is the result? Result is not much what you expect or whatever. It's not in the great order, especially the great result oriented. Then the next life also comes. After this life goes, the next life comes. In the next life also, if you don't have awareness, you don't act with awareness, what happened? You cannot identify all those. Then you will be leading life. For example, you have fear, then you'll be keep suffering and you'll be getting a lot of diseases. I told you in the previous time also, if you have a fear, what happened? In the mind you kept the fear, all that negative vibrations will be descending, will be going inside the so-called the cellular level. So when they enter into the cellular level, what happened? It is going to be affecting your genes directly. It's going to be affecting your genes. In turn, the DNA is affected. Then the cells gets affected. The cells become weaker. Their energy will be lost. Then it forms the so-called disease. This is, you're not at ease, my dear friends. So this is going to be formed. So that's why we have to be careful. We have to be careful. So especially meditation is the one tool which is invented by our great sages and saints of India, the ancient India. What they did is, so it's a great gift and boon given to the humanity, my dear friends. So what it does is it does the total integrated functionality. It's not like everything, smallest thing. You don't need to work the greatest effort, and so much effort and bigger effort is not required. If you continue your meditation, all else will be corrected. It means the a single functionality or a single activity, if you keep going through your life, what will happen? So this meditation is going to bring the entire transformation, physical, mental, and so-called societal and spiritual. This all the transformation will be brought by only one act, one task at hand, that is meditation. Otherwise, so what will happen? You need to go through multiple ways. So you have to go through multiple health techniques, right, in order to correct your physical health, and multiple practices, multiple ways of healing your own mind, right? So you need to undergo many things. Instead of undergoing many things, we have one single wonderful tool, one single wonderful tool, that is called meditation, Dhyana. Okay, so that's why this is having highest importance in our life, my dear friends. Once you get into that, be with it. That has to be with you. throughout your life. Not this, not only this life, my dear friends, all the next lives and the all upcoming lives, whatever the number of lives may be. But in this life, if you practice it thoroughly, if you keep it along with you till the last breath, what happened? Next life also it will be with you, because you left the physical body having the meditation with you. That means what? You are so aware, at least you got a good amount of awareness on about yourself while leaving the physical body. Then what will happen? The next life also, you will be so aware. That awareness, the amount of awareness will be so much high. The intensity of awareness will be so high in you when you come back again in the physical body. When you come back to the physical body, that awareness continues. Because by the time, what happened? The lot of metamorphosis, that means the lot of transformation happened within you. That transformation is retained, is kept with you for the next life. You don't need to worry. You don't need to worry that I did so much meditation, I could not, I could not get enlightened, I could not make astral travel, I could not get third eye activity. It doesn't matter. Whatever happened, happened. Whatever happened. So that particular the growth, the particular evolution, or particular state of transformation, what you carried or what you achieved in this life is retained for the next life. No matter so what you are going to be. So in this life, maybe you're a professor, or you are a great king, or you may be maybe anything, whatever it may be, whatever your role it may be now. Next role can be anything. Next role is not going to be like, so again the same role. No. So in next role will be chosen by you again. Chosen by you. That's your choice in the upper world. But only one thing is that awareness will be there. That awareness, these inner qualities will be carried from one life to other life. And again, when you come back, the same inner qualities, the same transformation will be with you, my dear friends. That's why, so this, whatever the Dhyana, whatever the wisdom you achieve, it is a permanent asset, my dear friends. It is a permanent asset. It's not going to be a temporary asset. It's not going to be so-called destroyed. Nothing can be destroyed. Your wisdom is going to be retained throughout the lives. Okay. So that's why, so we are always, we need to always try and doing meditation, swadhyaya, sadhana sangatya, right? Keep doing all these things. Whenever you get a time, read the book, right? So the books are going to be the great tools, the great motivators, and especially the great transformators actually. They are going to transform your entire life, my dear friends. One book is going to, and let me tell you, one particular book which our beloved Guruji Patriji. So though he was in earlier lives, in fact, in earlier lives, our beloved Guruji Patriji, Brahmasi Patriji, was also an ardent meditator. Ardent so-called philosopher, ardent the Brahmarsi, everything he achieved. He achieved in the previous lives the greatest amount, the highest amount of growth, the soul evolution already done. But when he came to this time, imagine up to 34, 35 years, right? So he left, he just, so-called, he has lived his life in an ordinary person. The ordinary means like a normal life. Normal life we have been going through, and of course from the life from the childhood, he might have got. He has got the ability to read a lot of books. You want to. He has got that character, intrinsic character there within already him. So he was doing it. Then having a normal family life, mother, father, wife, children, everything was going through. But what happened? So at one point of time in your life. So for example, you all came to this session. What for you came? This is the session which is going to drive you towards the highest way of life, my dear friends. Right? So this is going to give you a uplift in your own spiritual life, especially. It's going to put you into the highest way of life, highest form of life. So this happens for everybody in everybody's life, my dear friend. Similarly, our beloved Guruji Patriji also got the same thing in his own life, my dear friends. How did he get it? So by reading one book, one book he got from others. So that is You Forever. You Forever by Lobsam Rampa. My dear friends, the Tuesday Lobsam Rampa. What had happened? It has given some kind of, the great amount of inputs to him. And see, let me tell you, you all everyone, and every one of us, the greatest past memories are very much stored within our subconscious mind. Many times I told you. So all this will be so-called instigated, or it will be again so-called resurfaced by going through a book, by going to the person, or by going to the situations. All that will be coming back to us. Similarly, by reading that book again, he got he got everything resurfaced. From then, the entire his life, the whole life, totally, they changed, and then he got into the so-called the deep spiritual path, right? So that's how it happened, my dear friends. So one book has changed his entire life. You can imagine the way he think, till the time he have been doing the job as a normal person, any one person, normal average person, a common man. He has also studied. He also studied higher studies, and then he went through the job, and he has got family, and he has got two daughters. So everything was there. Everything was same. Everything was same till that point of time. Till that what time? What point of time? Till he got his inner transformation instigated. Till his own inside, his own inner instigation happened. How did the inner so-called the instigation or transformation begin? Because of by reading one book. Imagine how it happens, right? For every one of us. That is why. So read the books. Which book is going to transform you? Which book is going to put you into the highest way of life? Nobody knows. You have to experience yourself. That is why. So we have to give the importance for Swadhyaya, Sajjana Sangatya, like the sessions, what is going to happen on the spirituality, we must attend it. At the same time, take the deepest dive into the meditation all the time, whenever possible. The deepest dive into the meditation is also must. So that's why, friends. Now, knowing all these things, friends. So what is that? How this reprogramming is going to happen? The DNA and genes level, which we have discussed in the earlier sessions also, my dear friends. So the highest amount of the universal energy you received it. So this highest amount of energy, whatever you received it, it's is going to all the so-called the energy tubes. What we say like the energy body, it enters into the energy body. So the energy body, we have so many energy centers and so many energy tubes. How many energy tubes are there? How many nadis are there? 2,72,000 nadis we have, my dear friends. So these many nadis, they carry the energy. So throughout the body, they are divided again pancha pranas also. In the energy body, we have pancha pranas: prana, udana, prana, samana, vyana. So and the apana. So total five pancha pranas are there, which are also going to the all these so-called energy body only. These are actually a logical classification. Otherwise, it's not such a great thing, but it's a logical classification of prana, the prana shakti, which is there in energy body, divided in five types. Okay, so every particular prana, apana, or samana, udana, vyana. So this is going to conduct the functionality within our physical body. So within our physical body, we have from top to bottom, from the head to the toe, we have various organs, my dear friends. So many organs are there. So each set of organs are conducted by one particular pranic force. That's what they have. That's why it is classified like that. Okay. For example, udana. Udana will be controlled from the throat. This throat is there, right? Throat and above, completely udana. That will be taken care. So that means this throat and above, whatever physical organs are there, for those organs, you need prana shakti, right? You need pranic force. Which type of pranic force? Of course, the pranic force is same, but which type of pranic force? That is udana. From here, udana, like that. At the same time, apana. When you say apana, what will happen? So and apana will be samana. Samana will be from this. The heart region to the so-called nabi. That is this the nabi center. So up to this, up to navel till the this portion. This will be samana will be there. Then lower to that apana, right? Lower to that apana. Then goes to vyana means it will be circulated throughout the body. Throughout the body, vyana will be circulated. So like that, these pancha pranas they divided, but of course, the same pranic energy. It's not different pranic energy. Same pranic energy is logically classified as five pranas, pancha pranas. Okay. So like that, friends. So what happened is this pranic energy is conducting the various organs. Certain set of organs are conducted by one pranic energy. Now, this pranic energy, where does it go? Through the energy tubes, it goes to the so-called every organ, isn't it? Every organ it goes. So that means every organ means like from here to here, we have eyes, ears, nose, now mouth, and brain, especially brain. So all these things. It also has got the granthis, that is glands are there. Here thyroid gland is there. Then if you got the hypothalamus, right? Pituitary gland, pineal gland, pituitary gland. So many glands are also working. So all this will be powered All this will be powered by so-called Udana prana energy. So when that energy is sufficiently available, what happens? Everything works fine. Everything works fine. The health of each and every organ is great, isn't it? So now, how does the health of the organ, that particular organ is healthy now? Because you are giving a sufficient nutrients, sufficient water, sufficient so whatever water, minerals, the water will be given, sufficient oxygen is given, sufficient nutrients are given, sufficient prana shakti is given. Provided these four are properly supplied, okay, supplied to the each and every organ in our body, then your health will be retained. If at all any imbalance happened, if at all any improper source of these four elements doesn't reach to each and every organ, if it reaches to every organ, what happens, friends? Whenever these things reaches to every organ means it reaches to the every cell. Every organ is built by what? For example, every building is built by what? So the bricks. So bricks are the basic building blocks for a building. Similarly, for every organ also, the organ is built by tissues. The tissues are built by what? Your so-called you can cells. The cells are going to be the building blocks for a particular organ. If the health of each and every cell is great, for example, if the health of each and every cell is great, is really, the good health is there, then what happens? It is going to give a positive effect and positive impact on that particular organ. So the organ will be healthy when cells are healthy. A simple equation. So now what we need to do? We always need to ensure this cell is always healthy in our physical body. Cell means where? Everywhere. Everywhere. The entire body is built by how many cells? 58 trillion cells, which we discussed in earlier classes, isn't it? So 58 trillion cells are there within our physical body. We are what? We are the colony of cells. Every cell is what? Every cell is a human being. Every cell is again human being. So what it has got? It has got digestion, it has got excretion, it has got breathing, it has got a breathing, it has got a digestion, it has got a excretion, it has got the intelligence. Right? So every cell, let me tell you, every cell is a human being. I'm telling you again. Okay. And what are we? We are the colony of all the cells, the colony of so many the miniature human beings, my dear friends. So we think, for example, I am appeared as if one particular entity, one particular human being, isn't it? I'm appearing as a solid. I'm appearing as a solid, one particular physical body. But it is not the truth. The truth is inside us. Likewise, like how I can speak, I can communicate, isn't it? I can communicate, I can eat, I can digest, I can excretion, I can do. At the same, I can breathe it, right? I can understand. So this much is there, right? These are the basic activities, isn't it? Same activities can be done by each and every cell. Do you believe it? It is the fact. It is the truth. Okay. It can breathe. It can excrete. It can digest. It can assimilate. It can assimilate whatever the proton, neutrons, whatever you give, the proteins, all the vitamins, whatever you give, it goes to cellular level only. That is where it is going to be digested. So do not think that the cell is nothing. Cell is everything. That's what I'm trying to say. Each and every cell will act like a one human being. That is why we are a colony of so many human beings. We are not the one. We look like a cell. We look like a one solid physical body. But we are the colony of 58 trillion cells. You can imagine now when any of these, all these cells are disruptive, not working properly, then what happened? It is called disease. Disease. That's all. That's what disease forms. How the disease is going to form? Because some of the cells are not acting properly. So likewise, friends, that is why. So if you take one colony, the colony, how many houses will be there? So many houses, isn't it? So many houses will be there, right? So like each and every house, is going to act as a one individual entity. Similarly, each and every cell in this so-called the colony of cells, the human being is a colony of so many cells. So that's what we need to tell. We need to understand. So now, for these all the colony of cells, who is the government? Who is heading all this? Your mind. Mind is the environment. You can call it an environment. Our own inner environment. Okay, it's not a physical environment. It's not an outside environment, my dear friends. The outside environment is also going to impact your physical health, no doubt, because the kind of breathing what you take, the kind of water what you give, the kind of physical food what you give, right? All that depends. That's a outer environment. The inner environment, what is inner environment? Your own mind is your own inner environment. What does it do? It is the head of this so-called the entire so-called government. The government means what? The government means government is the entire, it's going to regulate the entire or physical body. That means there's so many colony of cells. The entire colony of cells, head of that colony of the cells is one government, one head is there. That head is called the mind. So now the point comes here is, so whenever you make any kind of thought, it is going to impact the cell level, my dear friends. It's not easy to think, thought will not be much, thought will not be anything, but thought is going to impact such a way that because the thought is going to thought is going to generate certain kind of energies, certain kind of vibrations. It reaches to every cell. Okay, every cell through the so-called the first of all energy. The energy will go to through the energy nadis, energy nerves. It goes to every cell, isn't it? And also the blood, through the blood, it carries all the nutrients, isn't it? And also oxygen also comes through the blood, isn't it? So like that, oxygen comes, all the nutrients comes, and through energy, pranic shakti comes, isn't it? So and brain, especially brain is having something called the brain also sends the signaling system. It has got signaling system. It also go through your own blood. Through the blood only, the signaling system also comes. Imagine how much, how much complicated structure. So so-called wonderful design. The human body is a wonderful design, my dear friends. So the what are the information, what are the nutrients, all this will be carried in the form of the blood and then conveyed to the every organ, every organ, every cell will be conveyed with all these things. So that is why we got to be very much careful. Okay, we have to be very much careful. So especially this energy, whatever the energy comes, prana shakti to every cell, so that will be regulated and controlled by your mind directly. That's what I'm trying to say here. So your own mind is going to regulate or is going to control. Either it is going to decrease or going to increase. Increase and decrease of your own prana shakti, my dear friends. Your own prana shakti will be controlled by your own mind environment. Okay. If your mind environment is clean, if your mind environment is positive, if your mind environment is, like miraculous, what happened? It is going to, it's going to supply the huge amount of energy through the energy nadis to every cell. What happens? The cell health will be so much high, so much greater. In fact, you are not eating the food also. Doesn't matter. Yeah? Now what happened? When you don't eat food, what happened? Nutrients, all the nutrients will not be going through the blood and doesn't supply to the cell. Even then, cell will survive. Cell will survive without any fail. So cell will survive without any nutrients are given for maybe 10 days continuously. You don't eat food, cell will survive. If you don't drink water for 3 days, it will survive. Of course, only when the so-called oxygen comes through breathing, isn't it? That has to be there all the time. And this prana shakti and this oxygen, these two forces, one comes from outside, other is of course the prana shakti which is there inside you, right? So this prana shakti you have to recharge every time, okay? In the deep sleep, in the meditation, right? So likewise you have to recharge. That prana shakti is the reservoir of the energy which is there inside you, and the oxygen, that is the breath energy, comes from the outside. These two are mandatory things for every soul health, my dear friends. So without these two, your cell is not going to work. Your cell is not going to survive at all. So your cell is not going to survive. So on this basis, my dear friends, now our mind, or so-called the mind environment is directly going to control the cell functionality. As simple as that. This is a direct statement which I would like to tell you. The functionality, the cell functionality is going to be improved or damaged or corrected or going to be highly functional basing on your own mind. The mind is going to alter the so-called prana shakti, supplying the prana shakti to the each and every cell. This is what you need to understand. The basic fundamental. Okay, having known this, my dear friends, so let's go. If you go inside the cell, what is going to happen inside the cell? I have in the cell, within the cell, I have center of the cell. Within the center of the cell, I have something called DNA or chromosome. One DNA is equal to one chromosome. I have 23 sets of so-called chromosome. That means 46 number of chromosomes, right? And each and every DNA, each and every chromosome on which I have something called again the building blocks of so-called actually this particular DNA will be in a double helix form. Double helix form. Okay, it's a two-strand DNA. It's all two-strand DNA. If you keep doing practice of meditation, it also becomes 12-strand DNA, my dear friends. So that is where you are connected to the universe. Once you become realized, only once you become an enlightened master, what happened? Your two-strand DNA becomes 12-strand DNA, and then you get connected to the universe all the time. Okay, so that's what the great sages and saints of our ancient sages and saints. So friends, so now what will happen? Within the DNA, every DNA will have again 20,000 of genes. 20,000 genes. On average, I'm telling you, 20,000 genes will be there in each and every DNA. Now, what's going to happen? As and when you make a negative thought, the prana shakti will be come down. When the prana shakti come down, what happens? So you cannot, the allowing the so-called the prana shakti, right? Prana shakti will come, and from the brain also, lot of impulses, lot of signals also will come. Right? The signals will be passed through the every cell also. That's called the information. Information also comes. Right? So through this information, through this energy, and with all these things, what happen? Your gene can be reprogrammed. However, you reprogram the gene. So the gene can be, once it is reprogrammed, the whatever so-called that reprogramming done, it is going to be directly affecting your entire, so-called the subconscious mind. Once it is reprogrammed, what happened? Once it is reprogrammed, yes, now your character, your alignment, everything will change. The moment you reprogram. Okay. For example, you have a fear. The fear, how you control within your mind. What are the practices you undertake, right? And how you go through the meditation, more and more meditation. Then you become fearless. The moment you become fearless here, the moment you become fearless, what happened here? The moment you become fearless, then your genes are programmed such a way, your genes are reprogrammed such a way, and then the fear will be lost, the fear will be eliminated from you permanently. This is called the so-called friends, all the science which is described very well in so-called epigenetics. Epigenetics. So these are new science. Genetics was the earlier, old science, but epigenetics is a new science where what they say is epi means above. Above means what? The genetical science, what it has got. So now the epigenetics is going to deal with the genetical changes with respect to your mind, with respect to your thoughts. Thoughts are going to govern Thoughts are going to govern the programming of each and every gene, my dear friends. So the moment you change your thought, your gene, the program is getting changed. See how simple it is. How simple it is to maintain your health, maintain the peace of your mind, and especially the health, physical health, how to protect ourselves, and also how to transform our entire, so-called the inner transformation, what we call, and the qualities, whatever our qualities are there, just to reprogram. Okay, till now I was suffering from a particular disease, for example. So that disease is, simply disappeared. Simply disappeared by what means? By just changing my mind. By just changing my thoughts, my mind, my total disease disappeared. Why? Because the genes are reprogrammed. Because you made a positive impact, so much positive impact. That means you have commanded, you have believed, you have what you commanded, you believe. That means you have got a great trust on, so-called whatever you believe, you have highest amount of trust. Okay, so within your, so-called manomaya kosha. Then after what happened? You receive it without fail. So that same thing happens. See, whenever we have a disease, for example, I have a diabetes. So I should not say more times, in my mind, I have diabetes, I am taking this medicine, I am going to that doctor, I am testing myself, I am not happy, and I can't walk, I can't do my work, So all this you should not take, you should not say in your mind, you should not carry this kind of information. That is going to keep you in the diabetic condition till the last breath. This is your belief. That's all. Who is controlling you? You have your own mind has to control all this. That is why meditation comes into picture. We give the meditation because at least, empty the thoughts, empty that kind of mindset. All the time, just go on, cleanse it. When you go on, cleanse it, what happens? At least, you come to a situation where these negative thoughts are not going to be impacted your genes. Otherwise, what happened? Your genes, whatever programmed, already you're programmed with your mind, what you programmed at cell level, at gene level, I am a diabetic patient. Simple. My doctor told me to take a medicine all throughout my life. That's also over. That program is also done. So now who is going to remove that? That programming, you have to remove it. You have to erase it. With what means? With your own mind changes. They just bring one change in your mind. That means change your thought, change your life. As simple as that. Change your thought, change your life. Change your mind, change your life. You want to come out of the you want to come out of the. That is why you see many of the times, many of the people go and attend so-called in the churches, they attend the prayer and all. They are also getting healed. How they are getting healed? It's all because they believe in the mind, putting the entire trust on so-called Jesus. They just believe him, saying that he is going to cure me today tonight. The moment you get this belief here, that is going to reprogram at the gene level. And then obviously DNA. The gene is, of course, gene is the building block for the every DNA, isn't it? So however the gene is reprogrammed, the DNA gets reprogrammed, and then entire your the subconscious mind gets altered. So the moment subconscious mind gets altered, my dear friends, you are going to achieve the health. You are going to achieve the great peace. You will come out of the fear. You will come out of the negative emotions. You will come out of the anxiety, depression, whatever it may be. Everything will come out of it. So that's how your mind, especially the mind environment, is going to be the greater contributor or greater damaging to your own all the cell functionality, all the cell programming, my dear friends. So that is why the meditation is going to play a vital role in order to bring the greater changes at the gene level. That's why if you try to take a one camera or something, if you try to observe the cells of a yogi, right? So how these cells will behave, and a cell of a normal person, how the cell, how the genes, especially if you try to research about all these things, you will observe the great changes in the yogi, a particular a person, who is leading the yogi lifestyle. He will have the different pattern of the cell's arrangement. The cell functionality will be quite different from the normal person. The reason is his mind is controlling. That is why we have to understand with this session, my dear friends. With this session, I would like to conclude that your mind is the environment. You please take care of your mind environment. As simple as that. How you are going to take care of your mind environment? Meditation. Talk to the positive people. Hear always listen the great music, melodious music, and always spend your more time in the nature. Right? Go to the nature, so trekking of the forest, otherwise go into the gardens, walk through the gardens, the plantation, lot of plantation around you. So bring all this, the kind of changes. So all this is going to be affecting your own mind environment, basically. These all external things also is going to affect a little bit on your mind. At the same time, meditation is going to affect the hugely on your mind, my dear friends. That is why we propose today meditation. Meditation is going to bring the total, the complete changes, the great positive impact on your mind environment. It is going to bring the miraculous changes in your own mind environment. That is going to impact your gene level changes. That is going to impact obviously, it is going to establish some kind of a health, some kind of the lifestyle within you. So that's how you are shaped. That's how your entire life is shaped, my dear friends. Okay. So with this, we will be ending the spiritual wisdom concept, my dear friends.